Doesn't know anything about the Dakar Rally.
Should we ask him?
Go ahead and ask again. It's going to be a
Let's try this
disappointment, though.
again.
The robots
Let me
are always
wake him up.
disappointing.
He's waking up.
Wake up, chatty.
Hey, AI, who won the Dakar Rally in 2024 in the bike category?
You're welcome. If you ever have more questions or need assistance in the future,
This thing is the
feel free
worst
to reach
invention humans have ever
enjoy
made.
following the Dakar Rally and have a great day.
Wow. Ooh.
Shows how up to date ChatGPT 4 is.
It's just Google search.
Minutes.
He's literally a guy in the Fresno Valley somewhere, just Google searching things as fast as he can, and then tells his computer to read that back to people that ask him questions.
Yeah. It's
dumb.
not complicated.
It's dumb. Okay, real show time. No more messing around. What's up, everybody? We finally did it. We got to the end of the 2024 Dakar Rally, and I'm Jesse Ziegler.
And I'm Quinn Cody.
And we didn't know if we'd make it this far. At the beginning, it was touch and go. It's like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to wake up or get myself here.
Been a long 2 weeks.
It's been a struggle over here, people.
Yep. 14 days straight.
Doesn't seem like that long now.
I think most people who do podcasts don't just do it every day.
No,
for
we're doing it
2
weird.
weeks.
We're
And
doing podcasts weird.
they have people that edit things and make videos for them.
I'm editing things. Look at all the buttons I have over here.
Yeah, I know. But you're doing it all in one, like straight one day.
We do. I don't know when you listen to this podcast or watch this video at home, but we are, today's a little late. It's 7:20 in the morning. We try to get it done and out before 9 o'clock a.m. Like, that's my goal all the time, to get the podcast up, then the video out before 9.
Yep.
So it's a pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah, you've done a great job so far.
Yeah, I've been skirting other
Crushing it.
responsibilities in my life, but I'm getting this done. Well, not a lot of surprises out there. Well, there are a couple surprises out there today. A couple things happened, as tends to be the theme out there in Dakar Rally land. But one thing's for sure is that Ricky Brabec, American, won his Dakar Rally for the second time ever. Monster Energy Honda coming back.
Yes, he did. That's the big kind of unsurprising news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Ricky, just basically rode it in today. Had a reasonably good stage, but I think he was in conservation mode, just trying not to make any mistakes. I can imagine the pressure on your shoulders at that point.
He rode a great ride yesterday, probably the stage of his life, to come in a few seconds behind Ross Branch. So he was able to essentially follow Ross into the finish today. Ross rode a great ride today again, to maintain second place overall, and essentially on the same time they were yesterday. They're about 11 minutes apart, and that's the gap between 1 and 2. Also, Adrian van Beveren, Ricky's teammate, they made a little Ross Branch hero sandwich with HRC Monster Energy Honda bread there. Yeah. Adrian van Beveren, third place, 12:25. So only 2 minutes, 2 minutes behind Ross Branch. Really tight top three. Very exciting race. And Adrian really put in the work to get on that podium. Like, it was not easy for him to get up there.
No, this is a lot of work, and these gaps that's a really tight gap between Adrian and Ross. You think after 51 hours and 41 minutes of race time
across all that unpredictable terrain and all the mechanicals you could have come across and everything else that could have happened, having a gap of 12 minutes between the top three is pretty impressive, and a testament to Dakar Rally organizers for implementing clearly harder navigation.
Yep.
And bonus times to reward people to get out front and take the risk of leading stages and to be the best pilot and navigator out there. And man, it's worked 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
The system's not broken.
No, they slowed things down a little bit this year, and they made the navigation more difficult, but they also rewarded the guys who were brave enough to get out and lead stages. And I think that's really the difference in the overall. When you see the guys that went out and weren't afraid to lead and they raced every day, these are the guys that are at the front at the end of the race.
Still have some room for strategy out there where you can try to manipulate your finish at the end of a stage to drop a few seconds here and there. But really the taking a picnic and waiting for people to pass you days are over, because you can't afford to give up this bonus time if you find yourself at the front of this race. And you have to find yourself at the front of this race to win.
Yep. So,
which is the way it should be. That's how racing should be.
Should just get out there and race.
Be in the front of the race to win. Yeah. I love it.
Well, here we'll get into the stage results in a second. Here we gotta go through and thank all of our sponsors one last time and everybody that's helped us along, because this was a
team effort.
Team effort for sure.
Definitely a team effort. Starting with our man on the ground, Anthony Bonello, who brought 90% of the video clips and audio clips to you from the pits this year are from Anthony hustling his way over and talking to people, and he's really done an outstanding job of getting access and maintaining a respectful access, I think.
And while working for a side-by-side team,
while having a real job,
yeah.
Which I hope the side-by-side team's not listening to this. They'll be mad that he's working for us on the side.
He's doing a side job, and
he's got a side hustle.
Did a hell of a job for us, man, and we can't thank Anthony enough. It makes our life much easier to wake up and have this stuff,
coming to us
in our
instead
inbox.
of chasing it.
Yeah, because for years we've been texting riders, calling riders, and you don't want, obviously these guys are
working hard,
and we don't want to be bugging them.
They're stressed out enough, and they don't want their phone binging. So Anthony really did a great job, and we hope he can come back next year, do the same for us or other rallies as he continues his travels around the sport. But he couldn't do it without people supporting us, so we can support him. And the top of that list is Climb Technical Riding Gear. They've been our title sponsor for every year. This is our 4th year doing this podcast. So Climb's really on board again, supporting us with the title sponsorship. Thank you so much at Climb. Yep. Also, we had big OEM support this year for the first time. The KTM, Husqvarna, and Gas group came on board so we can share their 3 brands with you. They also committed a Gas e-bicycle Moto 1 super cool beach cruiser for our chainslayer.com Dakar Fantasy League prize. Yep. And we couldn't do this without the elevated support of the KTM, Husqvarna, and Gas teams. So very cool to have them there. They obviously make a lot of bikes that are relevant to our listeners. Our listeners are people that want to try rally. They want to be here in this sport. They want to get better at riding dirt bikes or fantasize about it.
Yep.
And that's the first place you should go. Also, on that theme, Rally Navigator is the tool you need to have. I hope we're inspiring somebody to go out and try to race the Dakar Rally. That's kind of our big goal here, is get more listeners committed to this mindset and down this terrible path of addiction to racing the Dakar Rally.
I mean, that's exactly it, right? We want people to understand this sport, and I know there's a lot of people that watch the highlights and they're like, oh wow, that looks cool, but they don't understand it. And so we want to provide everybody the opportunity to dig a little deeper into the sport and maybe get out and do it for themselves.
Yeah, it's not impossible to do this. It's attainable. It's something that you can definitely do with the advancements in bikes and components to put on your bikes to have the navigation capabilities and the tools to build the navigation. Rally Navigator leads that with the software to build your own road books. Yeah. Odo-minded, next on our list, they have a navigation tower that simply bolts on and off on your bike. The puzzle pieces are here to go do this.
Yeah. I mean, you can build up a light rally bike and with a tablet or with a full, road book system really easily. Moto-minded has all the electronics that just basically make it do all the work for you. You don't have to do the homework anymore.
Absolutely.
And
great resources for all the other bits and pieces too. Also, Giant Loop Moto, thank you for coming on board. Your products mesh into what we do perfectly. Same with fast companies. Handlebars for comfort, foot pegs for control, spoke torque wrenches for maintaining your stuff.
Yep.
Which I could really use some help doing that. My stuff's falling apart. Always. Always. If you want some experience out there just doing some bigger rides, call High Desert Adventures. They can take you for rides. They got tours set up all over the western part of the country. Also, if you do end up going to a race, these guys are the guys to call. Get you some race support on site at
Sonora
the race,
Rally's,
which is hard.
Yeah, Sonora Rally's coming up.
Yeah.
You guys can call Ace, and he'll set you up with a race support package.
And that would be ideal.
Yeah.
Don't do it on your own.
Maybe we should try that.
We should try that. Yeah. We should. You'd
He'll
have to give me
us with a race support.
You'd have to give me a large cushion, a large handicap on my time every day to make it competitive.
Bonus time.
But I need 20 minutes of bonus time a day and see if I can get close.
You can start an hour early.
But your clock starts when I leave.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. JimmyLewisOffroad.com. Check out Jimmy. He's got February classes coming up. He's got a lot of special surprises for people that mention Dakar Rally Daily. I don't know if he has a lot. I know he has one. So get in there quick. Sign up for a February class. Learn how to ride properly more control, more confidence, break some bad habits. And if you want to go down the deep end, you can get rally navigation training. And Jimmy's going to show you a lot of secrets. And like, this is an absolute fact. I'm not trying to pump him up. Ricky Brabec's success has a lot to do with Jimmy Lewis training. And and Ricky and Jimmy ride considerable amount of time together. And Jimmy tries to trick Ricky a lot, and it's worked
for years now. Really.
4 years. This isn't a once in a flash in the pan thing. This has been going on for a while.
Yeah. So great job. Clearly, Ricky's not afraid to get out front and open stages, and I think
You put the smack
anything
down.
that David Costera can throw at these guys, Jimmy Lewis will throw at him 5 times as complicated, and he'll play. His games are much deeper than what
you're going to find in a race. So you'll be prepared if you want to do this. If you get a hold of Jimmy, he's going to give you the tools to make it happen. Takomoto, if you want to modify your bike, Takomoto is a great place to go. Talk about answers. Man, Taco Mike has answers on every bit and bobble you can put on your bike. So great job. And Peak Design. Thank you, Peak Design, for coming on board. These guys are really heavy in the motorcycle industry now, coming out with support for the U.S. Hard Enduro Series. They're supporting racers. They're supporting media people. So if you need phone accessories or camera accessories, bags, that kind of stuff, check out Peak Design. And that's a list of our sponsors, other than Radek Burkett, who hand-built our chainslayer.com/Dakar Fantasy League. Radek is a champion. He's doing the same thing we are every morning, downloading results, giving people the satisfaction or pain and suffering of their results.
Thank you, Radek. I appreciate all the pain and suffering you put me through this year.
Same here. Same here. You have not been nice to me.
Yeah. I thought I would get some bonus points or something for
being like involved.
Leading out early in the morning, but no, nothing.
Doesn't matter.
Nothing. So
you can't hide from your results at chainslayer.com.
We once again did a great job this year, and we really appreciate his help with this.
For sure. And finally, Ashley House. He's the Dakar Rally YouTube hero, voiceover, pun master. He also coordinates a lot of riders, interviews, a lot of information to us from the pits. We love his insight, and we love his highlights. They're hilarious. And, he really gives like that personal punch to this race that it deserves. I love that. Thank you.
Yeah, Ashley's great. And thank you again for sure for all of your support and help.
Yeah. So thanks, everybody. Let's get into some dirty details today. Overall, like we said, pretty cut and dry with those top 3. But after that, there was actually a big shakeup in the standings.
Well, yeah. I mean, should we look at the stage results?
Sure.
Because that kind of lays the groundwork for this.
Yeah. So you see, for the first time in a long time, we got a KTM Husqvarna sweep on the top of the podium today, which is, a great result for them. They need some great results in this race. And Kevin Benavides got the win. Toby Price right behind him, 1 minute back. Luciano Benavides making it a little 1-2-3 there for the Austrians, 114 back.
Yeah.
Which is kind of remarkable because there were some Hondas that should have been in there in the mix, or at least one or two. There's 2. Yeah.
I mean, for sure, these guys had nothing to lose last day. Let's try to end it on a good note. And
they did.
Collect some bonus money, maybe. I don't think they didn't get much this year. So
yeah, right.
And I think maybe the Honda guys and the guys up front were a little more on protection mode. Obviously,
not taking risks and being a little more cautious out there.
Yes, I to throw something like this away on the last day would just be a disaster. And so clearly, I think they're in the same mindset. These guys really have nothing to lose. Let's get out and finish it strong.
Yep.
So great ride for the KTM boys.
And it made a difference in the standings. You can see Nacho's not up there anywhere close to being. He was in 4th place overall yesterday. So he actually ended up dropping down 2 positions today to 6th place overall in this final stage. Really kind of a disaster day for Nacho, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, for having such a good rally and the information that we're getting is that he had another fuel pump issue. So 2 days in a row, he's had fuel pump issues. It dropped him from a podium position to 6th in the general.
Yeah, that's a disaster last 2 days of the rally for Nacho. Yeah. And unfortunately, the guy just doesn't deserve it. He's been such a hero for that team and put so much good riding in that it's sad. I feel so bad for him.
Well, and from a technical standpoint, it's really strange.
Yeah, right. Because if it was as simple as a fuel pump, that's something you can replace in a tank relatively easy. But
so
clearly that's not what's going on.
Either they got a bad batch of fuel pumps and they replaced it with another bad fuel pump,
Yeah.
or there's something going on in the wire harness or in the ECU that maybe a part that they didn't change, or they overlooked a connector somewhere.
Wires can be jacked up.
Yeah,
at this
after
point in the
50
stage.
hours on these bikes, I'd imagine they would change the harness out on rest day, but
You never know.
you never know. Even it's a long way since rest day. Maybe they, there's a connector somewhere or a short somewhere in the harness that's causing him issues, and maybe the mechanic didn't quite dig deep enough. Just changed the fuel pump yesterday, and so
It really
these things
cost him.
happen. But yeah, and scary for the other guys too.
Right. Yeah. Pablo didn't seem to stop out there today. He didn't have a great day again. He did drop back again. But Ricky clearly didn't have any problems and cruised it in.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with Pablo. Maybe he stopped to check on
Nacho system. Yeah.
This could be because I think Quintanilla finished pretty far back as well, but he was really out of the general classification in the end.
Yeah. So Nacho's tough day is a benefit for the other two guys that moved up. And we're talking about Kevin and Toby, who, finished well on the stage today, but really jumped themselves up in the general rankings in the top 5. And a few days ago, we weren't thinking that these guys were going to be very threatening for the top 5.
No, I mean that they've kind of been hanging back, and there was quite a big gap between the top 4 and then, 5th to 7th. And, but yeah, I mean there's always some attrition in the last week, right? So you can almost kind of know that you're going to lose one guy out of there, and it's happened. So
yeah,
I feel like the KTM guys have just been off this whole rally, right? They started with a lot of injuries, a lot of, problems. Maybe the morale is a little bit low in the team, and they just weren't able to get into the same rhythm as the Honda guys, and were never really a factor.
They could never break after that bit of a setback in the beginning. They could never break back in to be in anybody's mind as a contender. I mean, Kevin got some wins, but it was time wise, he was out of the picture for this race. And we can say that in hindsight now because we know that the time gaps never got smaller. If you were 20 minutes out, it was too far out.
Yeah.
Yep. And they were 20 minutes out for a long time.
Yeah.
So, well, the person that controlled the race masterfully, honestly, every day we said Ricky was confident. He's in a great spot. He's confident. He's riding great. What a great finish by Ricky. I mean, we repeated this almost every day of the rally. Yeah. So let's give him some spotlight to shine. And here's an interview again from Ashley on the ground of Ricky right after he won the rally today.
This is from Anthony, actually, but
yeah, sorry,
Anthony,
Ashley. Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
2024 Dakar champion Ricky Brabec. You sealed it out. How's it feel?
Sounds good. Really happy. It's been a stressful 2 weeks. For sure, I aged a little bit these last 2 weeks, and I'm really happy for how everything went. I don't know. It hasn't completely set in yet, but the last couple kilometers, I was definitely getting the chills and getting a little bit anxious. I couldn't wait to get back to make sure it's a sealed deal, but no, I'm really happy with how everything worked. The bike never touched the ground. The team did a good job. The mechanic, Carlos, did a great job. All the riders did a fantastic job, and I'm hoping everyone at home enjoyed the show. Times were tight all 2 weeks, and that's what racing is about. So it was a 2 weeks clean race, and we had a lot of fun.
You looked like you're in control and just confident the whole time, but you're still a bit sleepless last night?
Yeah, the final night in the motorhome was a tough one. I went to bed at 9, woke up at 2 in the morning and just couldn't sleep. I had so many things running through my mind, and then all 170 Ks today in the road book, I was stressing about, hearing noises, thinking about different things, thinking about possibilities that could happen. What would I do if something did happen? And it's what happens, and it's normal, but no, it's definitely been a stressful 2 weeks, so I'm happy to have finished it. Now we just have to take a liaison back to the bivouac and wipe our hands clean and get some rest.
Right on. Lucky number 9. Congrats.
Thank you.
You earned it. Legend.
Thank you.
Lucky number 9. What's this number 9 about? I know he's running number 9 again this year, but there's more to this lucky number 9 thing. What is it?
Yeah, Ashley sent us over some stats that I think he's going to use in his YouTube highlights, but
we'll steal them.
So this is Ricky's Ricky finished 9th in his first Dakar.
Yes.
Then he wore number 9 when he won
In 2020.
2020. Number 9 this year. He's
Yes.
been on Honda for 9 years.
Ooh, there we go.
And this is his 9th Dakar.
999s everywhere.
Yeah. So lucky number for Rick.
All right. Wear number 9 if you need some luck today. It's working.
Wasn't my lucky number when I ran number 9.
Well, you finished number 9 your first year as well, right?
I did. I finished number 9 in 2011.
And then ran number 9 the next year.
Yep. And
then
absolutely crashed my brains
crashed
out.
your brains out. But
Yeah. But, you know.
I mean, it's a miracle these guys get through this without crashing. And Ricky said in his quote, bike never touched the ground, which is, you know, it's kind of, you gotta get that done somehow.
Yeah, if you can do that, if you can get through this whole rally and never touch the ground and
You're gonna be
basically have a
untouchable.
perfect race, like you're
Good for
gonna
him. Good for him.
And
Someone
you
else.
haul the mail.
And and you're going ridiculously fast. Let's talk to Ross Branch. Ross Branch has also been a hero of this race and really as close as you can get to almost winning. Historic for the Hero brand. First Indian manufacturer on the podium of the Dakar. I mean, Ross has been leading this team for a couple of years now, and it's really cool to see him. Should we hear from Ross?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, these guys have been working for a long time through this team to get on the podium, and it's cool to see them finally up there.
All right, here's Ross.
Congratulations, Ross. Podium finish. You happy to be here?
Yeah, what a journey. You know, it's been a really tough 2 weeks, and super happy to be here in one piece, and obviously with the good results on the podium. So really, really happy. Hats off to Ricky. He rode an incredible ride, and the 2 weeks was tough, but we had some good battles going, but at the end of the day, he was the better rider. So well done to him, and looking forward to this year. It's a good way to start the year, so looking forward to 2024.
What do you love so much about the Dakar?
Everything, you know, there's so much camaraderie here, and everybody's together. It's a rally family, and it's so tough, you know. 2 weeks of crazy flat out racing, and to finish on such a high is really such a cool feeling.
Congratulations, buddy. Enjoy.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, he was really classy this year in all of his results, and is kind of like a quiet assassin out there, really just meticulously, you know, being a threat.
I mean, Ross, he put himself in a great position early on, and he put 11 minutes on everybody that first day, and everybody really kind of just hung in there. You know, he opened some stages, he collected some bonus time. He was, he did everything he needed to do. He just maybe wasn't quite at the level of Ricky, but pretty damn close.
Yeah, threatening for sure. Adrian van Beveren, Ricky's teammate, came in on the podium in the last few days and really rode his tail off to get there. Let's hear from him after the race as well for the last podium finisher of this year's race.
Adrian van Beveren, congratulations, your first podium. How's it feel?
Yeah, feels good. Finally to step this podium. I had some difficult years, but finally to make it happen, it feels good. A lot of emotion. The team has been amazing to me, and I lived a crazy Dakar.
Yeah, it's been a lot of years. You definitely had some ups and downs.
Yeah.
You finally got a trophy to show for it.
Yeah.
And you rode beautifully.
Yeah, I think the work finally paid, and we're gonna continue.
Do you believe that you're there now, or?
Yeah. It's one more step toward the dream.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Not satisfied. Wants that win. Everybody wants to win after they go through that chaos and pain and torture. Like, why settle for third, right?
Yeah, and it's not an easy thing to do
to get third.
To get third and to win it, And Adrian came on really strong the second half of the rally, especially after rest day, or really starting in that chrono stage. He started pushing, and he's done ridden an impressive Dakar, and it's really cool to see him making this step to get up front, because like he said, he struggled for quite a few years. He was on that Yamaha program, and when they had none of their bikes finished that year, and so it's
big injury
hard for him. So yeah,
great for him. Good job. We have a couple other class winners here. We have women's class winner Jane Daniels. We have Malimoto Tobias Ebster. We have Rally 2 winner, our boy Horace Noah, crushing it. Let's hear from them. Who do you want to hear from first?
I don't know. What do we got?
I got them all.
Okay.
Let's do Malimoto.
Malimoto it is.
the original by Multool class. Here he is, Tobias Ebster, the mini Kinney, they're calling him. Mini kindergartner.
Winner of the Malimoto class. You brought it home. How's it feel?
Awesome. Finishing the first Dakar is awesome, and winning the Malimoto class and the rookie category, being in the top 20 overall is like a dream come true for the first thing. Let's say this was a big step in the right direction. I think I'm now in the international class, and I'm sure I'm gonna be here for the next few years. So yeah, awesome.
You gonna do Malimoto again?
No, never. This is the real deal. This is way too hard for me if I want to compete in the big class. Not possible. So big respect to everybody who's doing Malimoto, especially like Benji or David or Mani, who are doing it since years. It's awesome what they're doing. So this is the real deal, let's say. Like Malimoto is the real Dakar, let's say.
And you got some goals for riding with the big boys?
We will see. I don't know for now, but we will see. I just made the first big step in the right direction, and yeah, let's see how it is at the next time.
Well, I think the future's bright. Enjoy this moment.
I hope so. I hope
it was awesome to watch. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great ride. Dominated that class, winning the rookies class as well, which is not an easy thing to do in the Malimoto class. And his admission that it's impossible to compete overall in the Malimoto just puts Mason's theory out the window. He said he could win from Malimoto.
No.
Not happening.
He did not.
I love his answer. You do Malimoto again? He's like, absolutely not. Nope,
Yeah.
that was good. I'm done.
Yeah, and he finished 20th overall, so
Which is pretty awesome.
amazing.
Yeah, very impressive.
Pretty amazing ride overall for him. And yeah, I mean, I think maybe they're looking for some new blood in the Austrian team over there. Some of the guys are aging out, so we see some young guys coming in. I think it's maybe there's a good opportunity for Tobias.
Yep. We'll see. As he says, he's not putting his mouth where his money is yet. He's waiting to see. He just made the first step.
Yeah. But great start.
Great ride. Yeah, great start from him. Here's Harith Noah, our guy, Rally 2 class winner, and really only won this class towards the end of this race by putting in some big races.
Yeah, this has been a tight battle, and I think he only took the lead yesterday, if I remember right. So
he
stage 11.
Yeah. He wouldn't know that. He doesn't want to know where he is.
If you haven't been listening, he has not been checking the results. So he doesn't want anyone to tell him where he's finishing every day or where he's running in the standings. So
this could be a good interview.
Yes, it could.
I'm not sure if he knows he won yet or not.
Just finished your 5th Dakar. Do you know where you finished yet?
Yeah, I do.
Where'd you finish?
11.
And where are you overall?
No, 11th overall.
And in the Rally 2?
At 1.
You finally know. Congrats.
Yeah, pretty good. Yesterday I was talking, trying to decide if I should know or not before the stage, and I decided not to know. So I really didn't know, and I pushed today a little bit. But I caught the dust of the guy in front, and I couldn't do anything, so I was just behind him till the finish. So I didn't know anything, but yeah, it's good.
Seems to work well for you. Congrats.
For sure.
Very impressive effort.
Thank you.
He decided not to know this morning when he went out today if he was leading the class or not, just decided to push. That's a good way to race.
That's really cool. And, such a kind of humble character. And, it's neat to see.
Winning the Rally 2 class is serious. That's some serious speed.
No, that's not easy. And finishing 11th overall. So nearly a top 10 for him.
It's amazing.
Very impressive.
Very cool. Yeah, great job. All right, let's hear from Jane Daniels, winner of the women's class.
Yes.
Hard for me to get that out today.
Jane crushed it in the women's division.
For sure. Hopefully this inspires more women to get out there. We only had 2 this year. We want a full field of these.
Yeah, and she was actually the only woman finisher in the bike category this year.
All right. Well, here's Jane at the finish line. Probably relieved this is over.
Congrats on your first Dakar, Jane. How's it feel?
Yeah, I'm really, really happy. It was a lot more mentally and physically tiring than what I expected. The days were really long. The kilometres we covered were something else. But the scenery and everything that we've passed through definitely made it all worthwhile. All those early mornings and eating the same food every day. I'm definitely not going to eat porridge for about 2 months.
Right on. One of the best adventures you've ever had?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm really pleased that my dad and my boyfriend could make it out as well to see the finish, so that's nice.
Did you know they were going to be here?
I did know they were going to be here, but it took them a couple of extra days with a few missed flights and a wrong visa.
Right on. Well, racing's a family affair for you, so I'm sure that means a lot.
Yeah, my dad hasn't missed a international race for 11 years, so it'd be a shame if he missed this one, and he didn't. He's here.
Well, epic story. Congrats.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you back here.
Yeah, cheers.
She might not come back. That looked hard.
Yeah,
I wouldn't come back. I'd be done. I'd be like, thank you, bucket list checked off. But what a great ride by Jane. And so cool about her family being able to come and be at the finish. And for 11 years, her dad hasn't missed an international race. That's amazing.
Yeah. And
what a rad
after
family.
69 hours and 45 minutes of racing.
70 hours on the bike, people, of race time.
Is brutal.
That is a brutal
I mean, can you imagine
accomplishment.
your hands?
Yeah, your hands. I mean, that's just...
And
I keep saying it, but it's so impressive.
But that's still less than the 78 hours and 9 minutes it took our American buddy Kyle McCoy to finish the original.
And he finished?
The original motul class. Yes.
We don't have an interview from Kyle, but hey, Kyle, great job.
Yeah, good job, Kyle.
He might be the first American to finish the Malimoto class in recent history.
Didn't somebody finish last year? Mo Hart?
That's
Mo
right.
Hart finished
Mo Hart
last year.
finished. Well, in recent history, that meant this year.
Stretching.
I'm not wrong.
Stretching, Jesse.
Prove me I'm wrong. Prove I'm wrong.
Last year it was recent.
No, that was a year ago. Nobody remembers that.
Don't make me ask AI.
Good job, Kyle. Thank you so much for taking time out of your days to talk to us during this epic adventure.
Hopefully we can get a follow-up with some of these guys after
I'm
the
sure
race.
we can.
And I think Kyle would be willing to talk to us. And
yeah, he's probably got a lot more stories that he'd be willing to divulge now after he doesn't have to worry about his bike and feeding himself.
Yeah, and we're going to have to get Ricky Brabec in here in the studio.
Yeah, definitely.
Grab him by the ear and drag him in here.
I want to get Kevin Benavides. We got a video from Kevin. Maybe he can give us some insight into, some more of his race results and his emotions after finishing this race. I mean, he's the defending winner from last year. He
started the race with a broken leg.
Oh God. Yes, he did.
These guys are tough.
Here's Kevin Benavides, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing.
Congratulations on finishing your Dakar strongly with a stage win.
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, it feels amazing to finish another Dakar and also with the last stage victory. In overall, I finished in 4th position after a very tough race. Also, I started the race with the injury because I crashed on December 3. So then I had to make a surgery, and so it was not easy to arrive to Dakar. So I can say now that I finished feeling better in the bike than compared to how I started. So yeah, I think happy with the race and everything. It was a really hard one. So yeah, all good. Proud of it.
You should be proud. Great effort.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy.
Yeah, he's feeling it, and a little bit of insight into how he came into the race. I mean, December was not very long ago.
No, it was basically a month before the start of the rally. And yeah, there were some questions of how fit he was going to be to even make the start.
Or even stand on his bike with a broken leg.
Yep. So that's definitely kind of changes the morale and kind of the whole thing. I mean, KTM group, they lost Matthias Faulkner, basically the same day that Kevin got hurt.
Key team member for sure.
So yeah, I mean, they were short on guys coming in, and it's been difficult for them for sure.
It's a difficult thing out there. Honda took advantage of their strength in numbers. They even lost, they lost 2 people out of their ranks as well, but they had enough in the tank to take this thing home. And really, Ricky was, riding on a mission and in his own league, and that's why he's the victor.
Yes, it is.
I love it. Great job, Ricky.
It's cool to see a guy like Kevin. He's such a strong guy, strong-minded, and that to say that he's feeling better at the end of the race than he was at the start is
he's the only one that can say that, or the only one that will say that right now, whether he's really feeling that way or not. But
yeah,
I wouldn't feel great.
And for sure, these guys are going to be back over here in the U.S. testing and training, and
before you know it, right?
there's going to be a lot of work done this year to try to up the game on the KTM side. So it's going to be interesting. It's kind of this back and forth between KTM, Honda, and now we have Hero in the mix. And I think Hero is going to go back and figure out what they can do to.
They're going to use this as motivation to, like, we can do it. We know we can. Now we have the motivation.
For sure.
That's awesome. I want to show another video, and this is our guy from yesterday. This is our Irish Oran O'Kelly.
Yes.
I'm probably saying your name wrong, and I apologize, but we posted a reel of him struggling in the rocks. French team co-driver of a car jumps out, rides on his bike. The guy that rode his bike finished 5 Dakars on a bike. So like, he's no slouch, but it made a lot of people question this guy's ability to ride. It made him like, oh, why is he even out there? And I got to defend this guy with 1,000% of my heart and mind, because he's racing his first Dakar. The place he was stuck is a place that I would get stuck in, and a lot of people would get stuck in.
On an enduro bike.
On an enduro bike, and he's on a rally bike. And, he's raced for 70, 80 hours. But we actually caught up with him in the pits last night after he was done. And Anthony has a little interview for him. So let's hear from him and see what happened. And also, the co-driver of that car got the Dakar Spirit Award yesterday at the ceremony, because that's the spirit of the Dakar. Like, you have to help people that are struggling. Everybody's in this together. He didn't throw his bike on the ground and chuck it over or run it over on the way by. He's like, no, I'll get you out of here, buddy. Let's go. We're all in this together. So great effort. Here's Oran O'Kelly from the pits from last night before he finished the Dakar.
We got Oran here. You were the star of a little viral clip by the Dakar in the boulder field. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, so a bit of drama today. I'm here racing with Vendetta Racing UAE. Just 3 competitors. Got Dave McBride and Dave Mattis as well. 2 of them are also still here. But today was crazy. Loads of drama. There was like a hard enduro rock climb 130 kilometers into the stage. And half the story has gone viral on Instagram, and this is social media for you. Just the second half of co-driver hopping out of the car, telling you with the bike, get up the rest of the section. The bit missing from social media, which hopefully will come out, was another rally driver, I think was coming second on the stage, tried to pass me along like almost vertical slip edge, and fired up that as I had fallen with the bike, covered me in stones, and nearly took me and the bike out as well. So a bit upset and knocked down by that. The guy behind me, the co-driver behind me, I need to find his name, was an absolute gentleman. I think he's a multiple-time Dakar bike finisher and now a co-driver. Hopped out of the car, and absolute gentleman, helped me get the bike almost up to the top of the section and out of his way. But that's the proper Dakar spirit, is looking out for another competitor, not trying to take them out. So really appreciate and respect that co-driver and driver. Not as much for the other guy, but really happy that we got through the stage and pushed through it. I was a bit knocked back from the whole thing, but we keep pushing, we keep going. Tomorrow's stage 12.
It looked like hot enduro there. Talk about just how it was in there.
Yeah, I was so out of my depth. I come from like a desert racing, sort of light rock riding background. To take these bikes that are 170, 180 kilos plus full of some of that stuff was, in the middle of the stage, 11 days into a race, was absolutely nuts. I was exhausted just from that section. All the pushing, all the riding, everything else. Really challenging, but that's what Dakar's about. Challenging us, seeing who can keep on trucking, keep on going.
Well, you're on the home stretch. Keep it upright.
Thanks very much. Really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
And there you have the full story.
Yeah.
Guy got wiped out by boulders and a car crashing into him in a tough, challenging section. And he needed some help, and he got it. And
he did.
That's not an easy place to be, man.
No. And, it's just like that, the organizers to throw that in right at the kind of the end, the last big stage, and they're throwing a
nasty canyon
enduro
that's just going to make everybody boil.
And of course, it's full of photographers and video guys. Because,
I wonder why everybody's sitting there with their cameras.
Yeah.
Because they know it's going to be an S show. Well, cheers to him for having such a good attitude about it. And honestly, you know, I really appreciate Anthony getting the real story from him so we can hear like what was going on. And, you know, his appreciation for the Dakar spirit is really cool.
Yep. And so Oran finished 58th overall.
Which is really good.
75 hours and 18 minutes, 7 minutes.
75 hours.
75 hours.
Yeah. That guy's a legend.
Yeah.
And really not very common for people from Ireland, small country, small population, to be able to participate in these sort of races. So it's just a handful of people from Ireland who've ever done it or finished.
Yeah. Very cool.
Very cool. Good job. Doing your country proud.
Yes, sir. All right. Well,
I don't know what else to talk about, Quinn.
We're getting close to the end of this.
We don't have to talk about tomorrow's
thing
stage
for another year.
Maybe.
Yeah. We'll probably do a wrap-up show here when we recover. And
yeah, maybe like in an afternoon someday.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get interviews with as many people as we can to follow up after they have a time to process what happened out there for 2 weeks, maybe. We can definitely get Ricky in studio, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe get out on a ride with him and do an interview with a ride
here. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
See if we can get the real stories out.
Yeah. Again, we have been listening to a lot of comments on Instagram and on YouTube. If you guys have anything that you'd like us to ask people that we might be in touch with, or if you want us to get in touch with somebody, go ahead and fire those off. We'll try our hardest to keep entertaining and getting more insight into these guys' challenges and stories, because it's really intriguing still. Even though it's over,
sure.
I'm still
there's going to be stories coming out for months out of this race, and so we'll see what we can do to bring that stuff to light.
Abu Dhabi Desert Challenges in like 2 months, so there'll be plenty more to talk about.
And I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see. I don't think the KTM team is going to do all of the World Championship rounds this year, so I think maybe they're only going to do 3 rounds. I'm not sure what Honda's plans are, but
it'd be interesting to see.
Yep.
I'm sure Hero will be there. I'm sure there'll be some other teams there. And I don't know what Mason Klein's going to do in the next couple of months, but
that's the other guy we're going to have to get
see what Cove does, and all this stuff's coming up. So plenty more to talk about. Once again, thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to our team on the ground and spread out all over the world, helping us generate content to give to you. I've had a lot of fun. Thanks, Quinn, for being the voice of reason in the studio.
Thank you, Jesse, for editing all this crap and
pushing all the
buttons. And
the buttons are doing most of the
load.
work. ChatGPT should be able to do this for us next year.
Yeah, we're going to teach it.
Yes, we are. All right, everybody. I think this is our final over and out for this year's Dakar Rally. Thanks for listening. We've had a lot of fun. Don't forget about us. Go on Instagram. Go on YouTube. Leave us some comments. I got a message from Jimmy Lewis. Jimmy says when he trains with Ricky, he gives him special surprises too. And this is what I'm doing right now because it never ends. So Ricky won his rally, and Jimmy's already, this is just a screenshot. He's already building another road book for him to punish him. There you go. Jimmy's always on the gas.
Yeah, go Jimmy. I asked who won the Dakar Rally 2024 in the bike category.
Doesn't know.
Searching.
Doesn't know. It's like, oh crap, I didn't listen to the podcast yet.
Ricky Brabec won the bike category in the Dakar Rally 2024. He represented the Monster Energy Honda Rally team, showcasing outstanding performance throughout the race.
Copy, paste. We're done. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a nice day. Tune in next year. And that, once again, is our ChatGPT segment today.
Yes. Good job, Ricky Brabec.
Great job. All right.
I could ask that guy questions all day long.
I mean, it's pretty good. He's not wrong.
No.